Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the What's Next on Lawrence Okolie, the now former WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the world, following his rough 12-round decision loss to Chris Billiam-Smith in an upset as he lost the WBO title and suffered the first loss of his career. That was on May 27th. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. Anything negative you got to say, you can also post that. And, give me a thumbs down. So back to Lawrence Okolie. So Okolie, this was a very tough loss for him. He was, highly regarded, starting like the next chapter since splitting with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom, and was trying to really set the tone ahead of some bigger fights against the likes of Billiam-Smith, Richard Riakporhe, and potential unification against Arsen Goulamirian. And that all went to the wayside as he just pretty much was holding on a lot of holding in this fight. Not really a great performance. He got penalized for holding and got put down like 3 or 4 times by Billiam-Smith. And that's what really hurt him in a close fight as he lost his title. So now the big question is, what's next for Lawrence Okolie? Is anybody in the top 10 really going to want to fight him? We know a potential rematch with Chris Billiam-Smith is not completely out of the question. That might be on the table. So we'll see. Other possible options. You got Jai Opetaia, the IBF champion. Not likely. Opetaia is going to be making a mandatory defense against Mateusz Masternak next. And Okolie is likely not on his radar, especially after losing now. Then you got Mairis Briedis, the former world champion. Briedis, we still don't know when he's going to return, if he's going to return at heavyweight or continue as a cruiserweight. We really don't know, but I doubt Briedis would want to face somebody like Okolie. Following Okolie losing, I don't think Briedis would really need that fight. Then you got former champion Ilunga Makabu. Not likely. Makabu's coming off of a tough loss, a knockout loss to Badou Jack. So not likely we see this one. Tabiso Mashunu. Not a bad matchup right here, but Mashunu looks like he has lined himself up for an eliminator against Sergey Kovalev to put himself in line for the WBC title again. So not likely he's going to show any love towards Okolie. Then hard-hitting Junior Dorticos. Dorticos would probably be down to fight Okolie, but I don't think Okolie would want to come back after a loss against somebody with the heavy hands of Dorticos. Arsen Goulamirian, the undefeated WBA champion. I think there's a potential for a fight between these two guys. There was one before, but would Goulamirian really want to risk his title against a former champion and not try to unify belts? So I guess we have to see what options there are for Goulamirian. I guess there's a small chance, but I don't think that fight's going to happen next. Then there's Alexei Papin from Russia. Not sure if Papin or Okolie would want this fight, with Okolie coming off of a loss, so I'm leaning towards the less likely. Then there's Noel Gavor. Also in the WBC rankings. I don't see the fight, but I guess I couldn't completely rule it out. You got Mikhail Cieslak in a rematch. Not likely. Wouldn't be any need for it. And then you look at some of your new guys in the top 10, like Badou Jack, the new WBC champ. I don't think Badou Jack would want to fight a guy like Okolie in his first defense. So I don't see that one. I do think another option would be Richard Riakporhe, who's trying to line himself up with Chris Billiam-Smith himself. But if Billiam-Smith goes in a different direction next, then maybe Riakporhe and Okolie are lined up for each other. But to be honest, I really think Okolie has a solid chance of, potentially a chance of landing a rematch with Billiam-Smith. But I really don't know if Billiam-Smith's gonna be down for that or not, if he's gonna be into a rematch or not. And this is just a tough break for Okolie, who's already struggling to find good, solid opponents because of his style, his awkward style, and how hard it is to beat him. Now that he suffered the loss, likely overlooking his opponent, he might have to start all over. So we'll see what happens for the former WBO Cruiserweight Champion, Lawrence Okolie, as this was his What's Next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.